And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I am here. You are beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton, and it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below, also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button, baby, at any given time and become a channel member. By the way, I'm going to mention it right now. Obviously, there are times when my head goes down like this. You'll notice that I got a spot right there. I hit it off of the corner of a cupboard. So if you see it and you're wondering what it is, that's what it is. If anybody asks in the comment section or in the chat, and now I see a few people there, you guys already know, by all means, let them know that I hit my head on a cupboard when I was doing some organizing. And it has been quite a week of organizing, not the least of which was really doing a pretty big clean out and clean up of my shed, which resulted in me finding boxed from about 5 years ago. Forgot they were even there. From about 5 years ago, some KO Beast Wars stuff. That's part of tonight's unboxing, but it's not the whole thing. I have not opened these yet. I don't even remember who all the characters necessarily are. I know they span Beast Wars 2 and Neo, and I had planned to look them up before I went on air here tonight. That didn't happen. It's been a very busy day with that, and Tessa had a couple of her vaccinations today, so I was at the vet for a little bit, and then after that, she earned some time at the dog park, so we went and done that, and I had laundry to put away, and I had notes to get together for you guys for the news, and I've got some new listings. I'm gonna say new listings. I don't. If they've come up, then they went past me, right? Like if they were leaked or something, they went past me. These aren't leaks. There are a few new listings come my way that I have not heard of yet. I'm going to give a little bit of an update on when we could potentially be expecting the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Voyager class Origins Wheeljack. We're going to talk a little bit about YOLOPARK, a little bit about New Age, a little bit about Super 7 Ultimates. We will do this week's trivia, of course, and then we will do the unboxing. So just let me get things sorted away here. I hope you guys are having a tremendous week. Tomorrow, myself and Starscream wife are actually going to the Alanis Morissette concert. So we're kind of looking forward to that. There's a music festival here, right? And so we're looking forward to that. That should be a good time. That should be a good time. Metric is opening for them. If you don't know Metric, then you don't know Metric. They're a Canadian band. I really enjoy them, so it should be a good time. I think some friends of ours and stuff are going. So there you go. Hey Tetranova, hey Brian, Caldeo, Sovereign, Grimlock Gone, hey Maximal 10, Joel. Didn't know Dennis was into rock music. Yeah, I am. I mean, I grew up with, my music growing up was Ozzy, Sabbath, Maiden, Megadeth, Metallica, I don't know, AC/DC. I could go on and on. Tool. I could go on and on, right? As we go down here a little bit. You don't want to get duplicates. No, I don't need you to get duplicates either. Don't need you to get duplicates either. Yeah, I'm glad somebody has the wiki available. 3 of them I know. There's 6 here. 3 of them I know. 3 of them I know, but I can't remember the names. So we'll see as we go through. Hey, Lee Bird. Hey, Lance. Hey, Waspinator. No, you're not late at all, buddy. I'm just getting started. Hey, Input. Well, it wasn't much music talk. The concert came up, funny enough, And I know like Alanis is not headbanger music by any stretch of imagination, but you know, there was an era in the 90s there where she was really big. I remember that era fondly. So like I'm pretty cool with it. I like it. And we got some friends going, so it should be a good time, right? Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's get going on the news. And you know what? I might as well kick things off the right way with the like listings news, right? That luckily the news should go fairly quickly tonight because a lot of it is kind of notes and stuff, which is good because I want to spend a little bit of time actually, because like the KO Beast Wars, like here's one I reviewed, and I say I reviewed it because I did, even though the one I reviewed broke while I was reviewing it. So hopefully this one I found that is a duplicate will be in better shape. But like, here's, they call it Triceratops, but it's Gilladart or Giadart. I can't remember what his name is. Obviously, the coloration is off. But I broke this arm off that got the head on it. So we'll see. We'll see if this one holds up any better. I mean, these were $4 5 years ago. So but you'll see as we get there. You'll see as we get there. There you go. See, Megadeth, all-time favorite band. Look, so many good songs. I would say my two favorite for Megadeth is probably, wow, I mean, this is hard to say. It's hard to think. I mean, there's so many good ones. But I personally adore Foreclosure of a Dream and A Tout Le Monde, of course. But I really like Foreclosure of a Dream and Use the Man. I love Use the Man. I know it came a little bit later on Cryptic Writings, but man, what a great song Use the Man is. Lee'll know what I'm talking about for sure. He'll know what I'm talking about. I mean, they're KO. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. So like, if I broke it for $4, like, you know, if I don't break it, cool. As a matter of fact, I had the Air Razor, and I mean, like, she was my Air Razor until the Kingdom one, and even now, like, my oldest son still has it, and it's fine. It's nothing wrong with it. And the Lio Convoy. Or not, sorry, not Lio Convoy. The Lio Jr. is still my Lio Jr. He's up next to Lio Convoy, as a matter of fact. Hey, Marcus. Hey, Matt. Rust in Peace is one of the greatest metal albums ever recorded. Yeah, it is. I agree. I agree. All right, let's get going here on the news, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to waste time. Let's get going. So, very first thing to note, and I actually have those 5-digit numbers. You'll know when I get there, right? In case anybody, if it means something to anybody. It doesn't to me, but I know it does to some people. First things first, new listings. I'm going to say new listings for Earthspark Combiner 1 and Combiner 2, both at $44.99 Canadian. $45 for some sort of a combiner Earthspark thing. I haven't heard of any Earthspark combiners. I would imagine this will be some sort of a gimmicky thing for about $45, which I guess would be about, I don't know, 30, 35 US, I would think, right? So I don't know, but I'll give you the numbers if it means anything to you. F8538, F8438, F8439. I don't know what these combiners could be. Maybe you do. By the way, I'm also catching up. I had no idea, again, being in Canada and whatnot. I think for us, Earthspark is currently on like episode 13 or something because it airs once a week on Teletoon, I believe. No, on YTV, because Teletoon is not a thing anymore. It's a Cartoon Network now, I think. I'm not sure. But I've watched a lot of it on Kim Cartoon, and I'm catching up on the end of season 1. So I only got episode 24 and 25 left to go. So I'm closing in. I will say this: I'm really, really glad that they're giving some attention to the Ember Stone and to Quintus Prime. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm really glad about that. We don't have a lot of lore with Quintus Prime, so I'm happy to see it. But yeah, Earthspark Combiner 1, Combiner 2, $45. Studio Series, Generations A level, assorted. I don't know what A level is. I have no idea what that is. And Generation Studio Series, Deluxe AS, which I assume is assorted. So those numbers are EO701A, it looks like, and GO138. They seem fairly general and generic. I'm sure that we'll probably find out what they are in time. Right now, I think the Earthspark ones are the more interesting listings. 18-pack metal figs for $39.99 Canadian. I would assume that this is the Jada ones. 33675 is the whatever number. And now this is where things begin to get a little bit interesting. We have some like assorted Terrans for Earthspark from the various, deluxe and warrior class line and stuff, and some Studio Series core sword. That's fine. But then we have movie 8 cog mode 5. I don't know what that is, but I'm thinking it has to be something really small because the Canadian price is $8.99 and the number is F9204. But movie 8 would lead one to believe that we're possibly talking about Transformers 1, the animated movie coming out next year. That I would think that that's movie 8. I really don't know for sure, but I would think that's movie 8. Also, movie 8, Robot Battlers multi-pack for $40. Again, I would think that these would have to be small. I don't know what a Robot Battler will be or what will be in this multi-pack, but for $40, it's and Canadian now, $40 Canadian. These prices I'm saying are Canadian. Again, F9207, I don't know what it is, but it's still something movie 8. So I would assume that we'll learn what it is. I'm guessing Transformers 1 is what they're calling movie 8, but I really don't know for sure. And then movie 8, again, movie 8, 2-in-1 Mask 1, Mask 2, both $50. F9181, F9182. So nothing super duper exciting, but certainly some interesting things there. I'm not exactly sure what movie 8 will be. I believe it got to be Transformers 1, but I guess we'll see as time goes on. However, here's what is interesting, an interesting listing for the Legacy, Uni, Buzzworthy, Bumblebee, Voyager class, Origins, Wheeljack. It looks like he is slated to release pretty much around the same time as Studio Series 86 Swoop, currently loosely slated for spring of 2024. So I would guess that we'll probably start seeing that pop up in places around the holidays, maybe just after. I know that often they'll say spring, but we all know how things get pushed up. So while it's certainly not here yet, I would probably start keeping your eyes open for Wheeljack and Swoop loosely around the holidays toward the end of the year, but maybe in no big way. I would say February, March for sure. We should have a pretty deep penetration of the distribution of those two by then. Fingers crossed. So we'll see. Spring 2024, that is the window that you're looking at for the release of both Swoop and the release of Origins Wheeljack. Super 7 showed off some pictures of their latest wave, which has Bludgeon, who's a little bit bigger than Banzaitron, who's quite large. He's about 7.5 inches. Like he's a big Voyager, right? Chunky Voyager. I would say that the Bludgeon is probably around leaderish class size. Tracks, he looks all right, though I wonder if his articulation, especially around the hips, is somewhat limited. Grimlock is adorable. He comes with his apron and his little tray with the glasses on it, and he looks like season 3 adorable Grimlock. And then there's Megatron, and I look at this Megatron, and I think his arms have a limited bend. Just the way the molding is, I think you're only going to get about a 45 in those arms. He's missing the black on his eyebrows, which bugs me, might not bug other people. And I get a vibe like he's a really fancy action master, which I suppose in a way he sort of kind of is, since he doesn't transform and he's an Ultimates. But again, he's going to be big and he's going to be chunky. And I do have to respect the attention to detail other than the eyebrows, right? Looks pretty good. I feel like the face could have been nailed just a little bit better. You remember the very beginning of Transformers way back some 40 years ago, almost 40 years ago? Well, wouldn't you know that in celebration of the release of the Missing Link Convoy, Takara, on their YouTube channel, so you don't have to go hunting for it or get a VPN or anything, you could just go to the Takara Tomy YouTube channel. They have uploaded parts 1, 2, and 3 of More Than Meets the Eye, the story that started it all. And you, yes, you sitting right there, not now because we're doing the live show, but after the live show, you can go and watch all of More Than Meets the Eye in Japanese and get the full-on experience that kids in Japan got. And 1984, I guess it was. If you are so inclined, I think that's neat. I think it's niche. I would watch it just for the like nicheness of it. And of course, we all know the story, so it's probably still going to be pretty darn easy to follow. But I'd like to hear what voices and voice actors became iconic in Japan associated with those characters. Couple of notes about the missing link Optimus Prime. The Matrix chamber is removable, which is kind of neat, honestly. I don't think I would ever remove it, but I get why it's removable. And when you take it out now, you don't have just necessarily a space there. I guess you could have a space there, but you have seats there, like truck seats. Now, I don't know if the truck seats are built in. Sorry, I'm hitting the table with my leg there. My apologies. I don't know if the truck seats are removable as well or not, but I like that you could take the Matrix chamber out of the front of the cab if you flip down the chest, and then you actually got truck seats there. I think that's pretty darn neat, honestly. Also, I should note, because this is Takara Tomy, each one of them is going to come with their own ever popular collector card, right? So if you're into collector cards and you're into Takara and you're into an articulated G1 Optimus Prime, man, I'm telling you, they're rolling out all the stops. Collector card, removable Matrix, 2 versions of the bot. You can even go and watch More Than Meets the Eye parts 1, 2, and 3 in Japanese if you're a mega fan. I'm just saying. Let's talk about Studio Series 86 Ratchet. We saw a lot of images about this guy coming up. He has the Autobot sign of life on his shoulder because you can't use a red cross because the Red Cross don't want you using a red cross. It's okay, whatever. Man, people take everything too seriously these days. Man, oh man. He has a new head, of course, and he has a new like hip skirt, pelvis piece, I suppose you could call it. But I'm going to take this guy. But just like with this guy, oh, by the way, he also has a light bar. So he doesn't have the 2 little light things on the top. He has a light bar, I do believe. But just like I had to put the yellow stripe on this guy comes without a red stripe. Oh man, like you're slaying me. You're honestly slaying me. I would hope that he holds together kind of better at the waist than this guy, because Alamon's holding pretty good there now. Usually the waist on this guy likes to, oh, there we go. If I shake him from the bottom, like the waist has pretty much no friction. This, I got to be honest, a lot of people say this is the most Iron Hut we've ever gotten. He should have been a deluxe, or they should have done more to make it a voider. That's all I'm going to say. The potential's there. He certainly has the look down, but I don't know. I got that issue with the waist. I got a pin that comes out. I don't find the transformation enjoyable. I'm not here to lament him. I just wish that the Ratchet had the skirt in 3 pieces, and I wish that I didn't have to worry about, if I even get it, worry about putting a red stripe on the side. I think that already should have been done. It's not a big deal. It's just a nuisance and something I shouldn't have to do for the price that they are trying to charge for. Plus, I'd have to clean that nonsense off of his shoulders and put on a proper red cross. But that's just me. I don't know. I'm not blown away by it. There's a sea of white, and I'm like, oh, you're almost there. You're really close. You're just about there. You just had to go a little bit further. NPM Bone Crusher was shown. I'm not sure if the eye comes out or if you attach the like hanging out eyepiece on him. That said, he has 2 of the like claw pieces because they're meant to be a certain way in vehicle mode, but in robot mode they change. So I think you can change them out or something. He looks hyper articulated. He comes with blast effects for that scene where he slides under a bus. I'm not gonna lie, I barely remember Bone Crusher being in there, and I haven't watched the 07 movie in a hot minute, so I don't remember a whole lot of him in robot mode. I remember more of him, oddly, in vehicle mode than robot mode. Go figure. But I don't hate it at all. I think it looks really slick. I think it looks really cool. I think it looks really articulated, and it looks like Bone Crusher. What will the transformation stuff be like? I don't know. Time will tell, because NPM has had some real great hits and some abysmal misses. So it's a toss-up, if you ask me. Killer Body showed off a video of their Optimus Prime helmet. I talked about this a while ago, how this was a like voice changer helmet with LED eyes and whatnot. There's nothing up yet that I know of about price or release, but I gotta believe it's going to be expensive. This looks high end with the paint and the electronics. If you really want to do like a major, say, I don't know, like if you want to do like a major cosplay of Rise of the Beast Optimus, this might be the helmet to go for. Otherwise, I don't know if you're into helmets maybe and you got money to burn. That's what I would say to you. But it is definitely high end. I'll give credit where credit is due. It is definitely high end, and it does look like Optimus Prime's head. It doesn't look like a helmet. It looks like Optimus Prime's head. And speaking of Dinobots and release windows, Studio Series 86 Snarl finally showing up on shelves in the US at GameStop, of all places, apparently. Brawn is also showing up in the US on shelves. So, not to say people don't have them ordered and pre-ordered and had them early, but both of those are showing up on shelves. A lot of people for a long time said, can't find Snarl anywhere, can't find Snarl anywhere. And I was like, dude, I know a lot of online places got him, but he's still in a lot of places has not shown up on the shelves yet. And I think that's deliberate. I think you're going to see a lot more Snarl going into the fall, heading toward the holidays. And I think Swoop will be very, very close behind. Time will tell. Let's check in with you guys before I go on to the Newage and Sectoclones. That'll be the next little bit of news. But I'm going to check in with you guys here first. And if I skip some stuff, I apologize. Breaking Benjamin, Yeshvel, 3 Days Grace. Yeah, you know what? All of them, pretty darn good, honestly. If it's something that has a little bit of an edge to it, like I'm kind of down with it. No, I'm not gonna lie. In the '90s, like I was a big fan of a lot of grunge stuff. You know, Nirvana and Live, and I don't know, like a lot of the like Seattle underground stuff was pleasant to my ear at the time. So, you know, every now and again, your boy surprises you just a little bit, right? Wake up dead and in my darkest hours mine. Earthspark Combiners. Maybe that's for season 2. Maybe it is for season 2. I don't know. My only concern is that they're not going to be full-on combiners. It's just going to be like, you know, 2 gimmicky pieces of junk that'll crash together. Remember like was it Cyberverse? Was it RID 2015? Those like crash combiner things where they had like no articulation and you'd smash them together and one guy'd be the shirt and the other guy'd be the pants and they just stand there and look dumb. I hope it's something better than that. I really, really hope it's something better than that, but time will tell. Wanted Dead or Alive, Bon Jovi. That came out in the 80s. Yes, sir. That certainly came out in the 80s. It was off of the album Slippery When Wet, the first tape I ever bought for my tape player. My Ghetto Blaster was fancy, too. It had 2 tape decks. Not that I'm aging myself. As we go down here a little bit. Hey, Teen Toys. We're not getting an 86 Gears, but Gears is coming in the Uni line, apparently. So, I don't know. You're getting them, I suppose. Guys, were you guys here last week? I told you. He's in the Uni line. He's not an 86. Gears ain't 86. He's in the Uni line. Was Gears even in the movie? I don't even remember if Gears was in the movie. But I understand him being in the Legacy Uni line. And honestly, at this point, I feel like a lot of these separate lines are overlapping a whole lot. It's getting mucky. Hey, Darren. No, there is absolutely, positively no Studio Series 86 Megatron. Wherever you heard that, they are 100% out to lunch in their dreams. Never in 10 billion years will that happen. Laws are laws. It is what it is. And even Hasbro themselves have said that to do that with that alt mode, he would have to be 100% neon. Never going to happen. That information is incorrect, Darren. Sorry, man. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's not a chance. Not a chance that that's going to happen. Movie 8 Cog Mode 5. Maybe it's Cog as in auto. I don't think it is. I mean, it could be Cog, but for $8.99 Canadian, that's going to be about like $5 US. I feel like it's going to be some gimmicky little fingery thing or something. Like I think if we read too much into it, we're going to be disappointed. I would love for that to be right, Caldeo, but I don't think the price point matches it. Hey, TFN. I heard about the swoop, by the way. I heard that the swoop was slated to be the third one released and got pushed to the fourth and the fifth because word is they were having trouble with the weight and engineering of the wings. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if there's any truth to it. I don't know if we'll ever know, but that's what I've heard a few times. Man, I want that Super 7 bludgeon. Then get it, man. Get that Super 7 bludgeon. It does very much look like his Pretender shell, and it's a nice little nod to his tank mode that you could put it on his arm. I don't want it because the articulation is wildly limited, and I think the head is off, personally. But for somebody who really wants, a bludgeon to look like that Pretender shell, it might very well be the way to go. I'm still trying to decide if I want Bonsai-tron or not. I don't know. Hey, Oracle. Grimlock apron. Yes, holding his tray with his glasses. He is absolutely adorable. I'm not going to lie. Let's see. Still no word. No, I haven't heard anything yet about the Ramjet other than it's going to happen in the pipeline. When? I have no idea. I won't be shocked if we don't get him until Legacy Uni at some point. But I can't possibly fathom that they would do Dirge and not reissue Ramjet because people want both. I wouldn't even be surprised if Thrust gets a mainline release. Remember what Evan said, and I went through the Q&A from SDCC. A lot of this exclusive stuff will get peppered into the main line once those exclusivity contracts are over. Now, he specifically cited Cosmos, but I got to believe that Dirge, Ramjet, Thrust would definitely be in there, So when you see something for exclusive, me too, and we are like, oh, no, exclusive, remember, once that exclusivity is up, we'll probably get a wider release. Look at the Autobot clones and how they got reissued, right? So just because you lose it this time doesn't mean it's gone forever. Fingers crossed. If they were going to do him, Darren, as a tank, then they just wouldn't bother to do him in 86 because that's not what he was in 86. I could see them possibly doing it again in Legacy, but like, why? The Siege Megatron, the Earthrise Megatron, that mold's been used 9, 10, 11, 12 times. And for a robot, you are absolutely not going to get a more accurate robot than that. You're just not. You might get something different. And we've had this before with characters. Like Siege Optimus, arguably the perfect robot mode. And we got something different, for example, with Earthrise, which probably has a more accurate truck. But in terms of actual robot mode, I would venture to say that the Siege Optimus Prime is probably the most G1 Optimus we will ever see in a main line. Robot mode. But, there's always slight little tweaks and variations, but I think you're barking up the wrong tree. I really think you're barking up the wrong tree. Yeah, Missing Link Convoy is about 40 years too late. That's what I wanted as a kid. Yeah. But I suppose better late than never, right? Better late than never. I know some are going to pick up that Super 7 bludgeon to have an accurate bludgeon that doesn't transform. Of course they will. And there's nothing wrong with that. I had somebody who, it's so weird. The countdown last week was about the most disappointing pickups, the buyer's remorse, and Tarn somehow made the list, and people were like, he's too flat. No, it's called clean. But if the Legacy Tarn, for some inexplicable reason, doesn't speak to you, then maybe you're more suited for one of the third-party ones, or maybe you're more suited for the Flame Toys one, or or the more bulky Super 7-1. Yeah, it doesn't transform, but it would have a bigger body, and that's what you said you wanted. So personally, I think it's, from everything I hear, it's a strong contender for figure of the year. Really strong. And I think that that turn is going to appear on a lot of top 10 lists at the end of the year. I would like an RID 2001 Legacy Grimlock, 2001-2015 Legacy Grimlock. Well, RID 2001-2015 are wildly different. So that would be two wildly different Grimlocks. No new news on 86 Hound. If I had it, I'd tell you, buddy. Collector card. I definitely want that Hound. I didn't want the Siege one. As we go down here a little bit. The truck seats were part of the original Optimus Prime. What? No, my Optimus Prime did not have any truck seats at all. That's inaccurate, Caldillo. That's 100% inaccurate. No, there were just spaces in there right clear through to the back, buddy, where you put the hands. Trust me, I put a lot of things in that chest, and that always fell at the back. There were no seats in the original, at least not the release in Canada. There were absolutely no seats in that cab. That's not right. Is that Nausicaan fan? Am I saying that right? Is that right? And are you Nausicaan? Is that Nausicaan as in like the breed that plays Danja? Or am I wrong? I'm just curious. You should be watching the vids, man. Especially now, because I don't know if you've noticed, the last 2 days, I'm starting to do a little bit of a collection update. Not really a tour per se, but I'm just doing them as shorts. So I've done one shelf that's over here. And then I've done Trypticon, who's like right here. You can see my arm going up and down. And then I've done a little bit of the shelf over right here. And I'm working my way all the way down the shelf that's up here on the wall on this side. That's where I'm currently to. By the way, I'm going to clear up something now, and I'll probably clear it up when I do part 3. On part 2, somebody noticed explicitly on my Skytread that he has a bunch of dust on him. Yeah, okay, so I really don't dust this stuff. I'm not dusting 700-800 Transformers, but I regularly take them down, and when I take them down, I always do like brush them off and stuff, right? And somebody commented and said, dust is going to make white yellow. That's absolutely not true. Dust has zero effect on it. 100% zero effect. None. That's inaccurate information. Dust does not change the color of plastic. Never has, never gonna. And you ain't got to look any further. If you don't believe me, you don't have to look any further than my Titan class Metroplex. Got the dude in 2014, just after he was released, right? A year or so after he was released. I've never in my life dusted him. I wipe the dust off him if I take him down. But I've never in my life dusted him, and he doesn't have 1 ounce of yellow on him. He's as white as the day I got him. That's not true. If anybody's ever told you that, they are mistaken. Things like UV light, heat exposure, humidity, these things can affect plastic. Dust does not. And it certainly doesn't change the color of it. Just so we're clear about that. They could be holding Hound back for the 40th, possibly. That's all right. That's all right, Nausicaan fan. That's all right, buddy. As we go down here, I must admit I'm getting sick of them releasing Studio Series toys for them to release a better Buzzworthy a year later. Yeah, that's becoming a real trend for them, isn't it? But if they added the red strip, how would they sell a version of Ratchet in the Bumblebee line? That's me. That's me doing the sarcastic input voice that he does when he says this stuff. I don't do it as good as input, but I hope I did you proud, buddy. You know the voice. And if you don't, you should be listening to input when he does his show on Wednesdays, because he does the voice better than me. I'm starting to think it's Hasbro's marketing. Find out what people want and deliver 70 to 80%. So you always look for a better one. Oh yeah, that's 100% their strategy, Joel. Don't start thinking it. You nailed it. That's exactly what they do. That's 100% exactly what they do. Hey, Hala. We were talking about lockdown in the Transformers movies today. You're absolutely right, buddy. Star Trek, yeah, Star Trek, yeah, exactly. That's why I was asking him. Hey, Sean, did Hasbro make Beast Wars toys for the VOC? No, they have not that I know of made the VOC. However, there is, I don't know if it's, I'm not sure if it's third party or if it's something like on Shapeways or Cults 3D or something where you can print like the VOC head. I feel like something like the VOC would be well suited in like the red line, for example. You know, that would be a good place to incorporate the VOC. Not to my knowledge, not officially, but man, Sean, I'm right there with you. I'd love to have the VOC. And like I said, there's a 3D printed something somewhere, maybe one day. I don't know. You can look it up, but officially, no, I don't think there was. Yeah, input saying no too. That's a good question though, and I think that we're due for one. I really do. I done the voice impression. I was trying input, man. I was trying to embody you in my core, right in the cockles of my heart. Yeah, there's a line you didn't expect to hear this evening, I bet. Hey, Ultra Megatronus. Oh, happy birthday to your wife, my friend. Yeah, it's Bach, Alpha Trion. Alpha Trion would also be good in red. Absolutely. Nausicaa is the main character from the dystopian anime of the same name. I've never heard of it. I don't watch anime. I don't like Japanese storytelling not even a little bit. I don't like the art style. It's not for me. My wife does because she grew up in that era, but that era kind of came a little too late for me. And it hasn't landed with me, but I'm sorry. I misunderstood. It was a completely different thing. And I do thank you, sir, for the explanation. Maybe the VOC could be an accessory. Yeah, that could be interesting too, maybe, but it depends on who it's with. All right, let's go back down through the rest of the news so we can get to the trivia and the unboxing and get out of here. I mentioned Newage and Insecticlone. So Newage, we know that they love to do their colorations about 10 billion times. Well, the latest one is going to be the Insecticon clones, right? I like to call them Insecticlones. And it's basically using the e-hobby colors, which are mostly red and black, though the torso of Kickback is in no small part green. And I think Shrapnel has some blue highlights on his torso. So I don't know. You can never have too many Insecticons, I suppose. They're tiny, very well articulated, definitely for a Legends collector. But I can't fault Newage for doing what Hasbro's done for 40 years. Repaints, repaints, repaints. And you guessed it, repaints. We saw the Earthspark Flying Heroes Optimus Prime, where you put Optimus and his hands seem to have, I'm going to say, like Energon swishes coming from them, and you'll pull the string and Optimus will fly off and his arms will twirl around like a helicopter and he'll fly until he comes down to the ground, I guess. Cool little niche thing. Little kids will probably like it, you know. There's an art print being done by Chris Thornley, offered through More Art Studio. I think pre-orders have been up, according to TFW, since the 15th. Details are there if you're interested. However, there's only 100 hollow foil copies and 45 with like the white, I don't know, background or whatever it is. So 145 prints altogether, not a whole lot. Studio Series Mirage. We saw Sam talk about the design and whatnot. I don't know. The dude looks really clunky to me. I don't feel like Mirage on screen was nearly as clunky as that. I don't think it's a great rendition of Mirage. Honestly, I think the mainline deluxe is more accurate. Now, I get it. I get why the robot is the way it is. Even Sam himself said the car parts got to go somewhere. And that's the big challenge of Studio Series, is trying to do that with licensed vehicles, because, of course, the licensed vehicle needs to be pretty much perfect. And he went through a lot of the vehicle details, like a whole paragraph worth. I mean, I guess if you're a huge Porsche fan, then cool. It seems like the entire shell of the car is painted both silver and blue, except for a hinge on the roof. I guess that's just done in gray plastic, I presume. I guess. I don't know, a lot of car stuff. And if you want a Mirage from Rise of the Beast, I personally would forego the Studio Series 1 and just get the main line. That's just me. You do whatever you want to do. One Step Earth Spark Breakdown. Okay, neat, I guess, if you like one-step changers. Honestly, all it is the one-step Wheeljack with a breakdown head and a breakdown color scheme. Otherwise, it's the exact same thing. I don't know why they keep having these. Like, I went to my Walmart today, and there's 3 racks, like 3 hooks, 3 pegs, and like they're so full of the one-step stuff that like they're like pushing out on the bottom now, and like they're almost out straight because they're not selling. They're garbage and junk, and nobody wants them. Little kids, I'm going to let you in on a secret now, because everybody likes to say, yeah, but they're for kids. How stupid do you think little kids are that they don't know garbage from good? I teach them. I know that they're smarter than that. They don't want this junk. They go in and they want the big kid stuff. They want the better things, because they can tell good from garbage. Kids are kids. They're not stupid. I say this all the time, man. We saw images of the Bumblebee and Optimus 2-pack. I guess they're neat for little core classes. The Optimus definitely more animation accurate, what with his white thighs and pelvis and the yellow detail that the regular core class Optimus doesn't have. Otherwise, they're pretty much the exact same. Love the trailer, roller, his axe, his ion cannon. The whole thing looks pretty cool. The Bumblebee is that wonky, weird-looking Bumblebee that came with that crap little spike that you transform in one step by laying him on his face. I didn't like that then. I don't like it now. I think the strength is the Optimus, right? I think the strength is definitely the Optimus. Speaking of one-steps, one-step Twitch. Why you would get a one-step Twitch over the Deluxe, I'll never know. But one-step Twitch, if you want it, is out in the US. I wouldn't buy it. Send Hasbro a message. Stop making garbage. Don't buy it. Very simple. eHobby, they're doing more of their chibi-style collector cards with G1 Inferno and Red Alert being together, G2 Dreadwing and Smokescreen, G1 Pyro and Clench. Man, that was really at a left field. And G1 Twincast and Sound Blaster. Delving into Japan just a little bit there. Oh, Hasbro Entertainment. They came out and they made their big announcement that they're going to be taking over now some 24 projects and named a bunch of names. Who cares? Who cares? Nothing changes. Like, I don't know why companies do this. You're taking the guy that ran E1 and you just now have made him a Hasbro employee. Big deal. Nothing has changed. You sold off E1. Hasbro Entertainment, it's going to be the exact same thing. Even you guys are saying you're going to be going with your partners to roll out all the fiction. So it's just going to go through you for like, yeah, sign off on that. Yeah, sign off on that. And let's be realistic. Hasbro don't care if the fiction's good or bad, as long as it's out there and there's some eyeballs on it so they can peddle their crap. I mean, it is what it is, right? YOLOPARK. YOLOPARK showed off their AMK Mini G1 Optimus, Megatron, and Bumblebee. Very detailed, very, very nice. This at a whopping 10 centimeters. This is like fully articulated Action Masters that are very G1 accurate. But that being said, looking at the 3 that we saw, I'm hoping that they're just like early samples, because they looked like just 3D printed and painted. It looks a bit grainy, looks a bit rough. I don't know if that's what all the YOLOPARK stuff looks like, but the AMK minis, as awesome as they are, the texture on them seems kind of grainy. And I look at it and think, what a shame, because everything here looks so high end, but then the whole thing comes off as a little bit cheaper because it's so grainy. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. However, Starscream, Soundwave, and Grimlock are also in the works, and I would expect them to look like pretty much perfection. Great sculpts. Perfect paint, little grainy. That's what I would say about that. Already done that. And our last piece of the news this evening, then we'll do trivia and I'll check in with you guys. Japan. Exclusive Clear Core Class Optimus Prime. So I just talked about the Optimus that's part of that 2-pack with Bumblebee, with the trailer being super animation accurate. Well, let's take that same Core Class Optimus, the one that we've seen now a couple of times in Kingdom, in Legacy, and now, I mean, even right now, I could go and get the Nemesis Prime version for Legacy Evolution. That same one is going to be a Fanbook 2023 exclusive in Japan. If you don't know what Fanbook is a kids magazine with games and puzzles. Basically, it is a black and red version of Optimus Prime. The red is all clear plastic. I don't get the whole clear plastic thing. The red is all clear plastic. The white and the black is just that, white and black. Quite opaque, not clear. Just the red is clear. So there you go. There's the news. Let's do the trivia. Very easy, I think, trivia this time. From what group were Phase Sixers chosen from? So Phase Sixers are in the comics. They are known to be very dangerous and very, very powerful. Where did the Phase Sixers come from? Where did Megatron pull them from? Did he pull them from A, the Warriors Elite? Did he pull them from B, the Champions List from the Gladiatorial Pits? Did he pull them from C, the Reapers? Or did he pull them from D, Elite Guard Captures List? So he looked at a list of who the Elite Guard had captured, freed them, amped them up. So is it the Warriors Elite, A? Is it the Gladiator Pits Champions List? Is it the Reapers? Or is it the Elite Guard? A, B, C, or D? Let's check in with you guys. Input saying F, of course. Let's see. I do not want a chicken. I wouldn't even know how to take care of a chicken. But he'd be my pet. And I know Starscream wife would like be walking him around the backyard and stuff because that's what she does. That's what she does. I totally get a red Bach. Yeah, so would I. I would totally get a red Bach too. Yeah, they did squander the line with stuff that didn't fit in it as far as I'm concerned. Ah, that's great. I'm glad that she's having a great birthday. Hey, Ash. The E-Hobby Insecticons are also their Shattered Glass counterpart. So for my small Shattered Glass collection, I'll hopefully pick them up. Well, they're not really, I guess, I suppose. Chippermas Prime. The Ripcord Optimus Prime Flyer is a good way to lose an eye. Yeah, it is a good way to lose an eye. I'm surprised that it's allowed to come out. Thank you, Ripcord. Yeah, I couldn't think of the thing you pull on. Thanks, Ripcord. Reminds me of that one video where of a toy that's similar to that flying or Spark Prime. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff. That stuff's been around for some 40-odd years, right? Yeah, you can share it, Keldeo. Sure, go for it. Why not? I mean, I had stuff like that when I was a kid too, right? We all did. Oh, they just painted over the Wheeljack head. I didn't even look to see if it was a new breakdown head because it's one step. I don't know why it exists. What a waste of time. That Bumblebee and Optimus Core 2-pack looks like a cool set. It does look like a cool set. I think Optimus is the one that shines there, and it's great if you're a Legends collector. You know, it's great if you're a Legends collector. I'll give you that. Dude, the Transformers, he just goes, the Transformers distribution is horrible at your Walmart. I mean, we're on wave 1, and I mean chock a block on wave 1 of Earthspark. All of the Rise of the Beast gimmick garbage. I can go now and put my hands on probably 25 of the mainline Rhinox, Primal, and Optimus. The Rise of the Beast stuff here is just, it's not selling. And when it comes to Legacy, we're still on the wave with crankcase and point blank and that stuff. That's where we're to. And don't even get me started about the concept of having like leaders. Like we don't really get leaders at our Walmart anymore. Just basically don't. I want that pyro and clench if you what? If I can get it. It's only collector cards. They're collector cards. They're chibi collector cards, Keldeo. I agree. No. Legacy Galvatron have been shell forming. Yeah, you know, I don't think they had to reissue the Galvatron. I don't know what it was like in other places, but the first release of Galvatron was everywhere here. The Legacy one, I don't think I've ever seen it. Let's see as we go down her a little bit. I might have glitched out. That's technology for you. Should I just order the fixed Galvatron figures? I mean, that's up to you. I don't. What do you mean the fix? I don't even know what you're talking about. What's wrong with yours? Oh, the backward shoulder. Honestly, I had the backward shoulders too, and guess what? I did nothing with it. And I was out to my buddy Justin's from the 3D corner, and he was like, "I'll turn them around for you." I didn't even stay in the house; it was too terrifying to me. But I didn't ask him to do it; he just did it. And honestly, had he not done it, I would not have bothered because it affects literally nothing. He transforms exactly the same way. Go back and watch my review because it was done with the shoulders the wrong way. Right? Or if it really bothers you, you could turn the shoulders around the right way and turn the biceps and the wrists around, and it's just fine as well. So it's up to you, but I don't think I'd buy it because of the shoulders. That's craziness. A, B, F, B, B, G, says Ultra Megatronus. B, I don't know. Q. I like the Dragonfly with his Q. God bless. Newer Prime Masters. I mean, did Hasbro release newer Prime Masters? They did in Titan's Return in 2017. Like, I mean, they did within the last 5 years. Yes. I mean, I wouldn't look for them to do it again. They've done it in like the last 5 years. So the answer, however, is A. The Warriors Elite. The Phase Sixers are Six Shot, Overlord, and Black Shadow. Overlord particularly strong. However, often also noted as being Phase Sixers, maybe because they're just so powerful, is Killmaster, Heretic, and Tarn himself. But rather than being official Phase Sixers, it's kind of seen as like maybe that's just a colloquial term used because they're strong and powerful and intimidating. So yeah, the Warriors Elite, that's where Megatron went in and picked out the 3 strongest and said, we're going to amp you suckers up. And that's what he did. He amped them up. Let's do the unboxing and get out of here. Fun Puppy, I designed the Nexus Prime, but they used the Hasbro molds. That's why I've done my own Nexus Prime. When Sir Toys was still open, I ordered an all red Defensor and I customized it as Nexus Prime. And it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. Honestly, I done a review of it. So if you're like, what's GotBot's custom Nexus Prime like? Go back and check it out because I done a review of it. I don't know what number it is now. Let's get in to these, open them up, get out of here. Very first thing to note, okay? I'll do this because it's the main one, and then we can have some fun with these KOs, right? And you guys can help me out a little bit. I finally have, and this will be the review tomorrow. But I finally have 86 Braun. He will be tomorrow's review. I didn't know how I was going to feel about him. I didn't know how the scale and stuff was going to be. I know that Raziel Kane, I know Raz loves this and thinks it's magnificent. Myself and Starscream Wife over the last couple of days, we've really been comparing these two. You'll see the comparison of them. You'll see him compared to a couple of key mini bots that have come out recently. And I'll talk about if his scale does work or not. I'll give credit where credit is due, though. There's a ton of paint on this guy. There's a lot here I like, but he's not perfect. There's a couple of things here that I'm like, for a deluxe price, I don't think you should have kind of cheaped out on that, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to put that down as well. By the way, I'm sorry. I said last week how the next day was going to be the overview of the aligned continuity. Everything just kind of got away from me. And when it did, I didn't get to it until I think it was Tuesday. So my apologies there for anybody that was looking forward to that last Friday. It is up. It went up on Tuesday, right? Not this past Tuesday, like last Tuesday or something. It's been a rough go, or maybe I meant to get it up on Tuesday and I didn't get up till Friday. Either way, it got delayed. It is what it is, and I apologize. That's my bad. Okay, let's see about these KOs. So the first one here is Gilladart, and because it's a $4 KO, I mean we could just do that, right? And that's don't need to worry about no packaging around here. All right, so okay. So it's worth noting that this arm over here does not have an elbow on it, though I think the actual one does. And I'm pretty sure these legs are supposed to have missiles, and they don't. But you know what? As it is, I guess I don't detest it. What's up with this arm? Oh, I'm sorry. This whole arm over here. Hold on. Let's get this. This is ridiculous. Oh, that's so good. So this whole arm over here, okay, is just the head. I don't know if that was the way the actual one was. This is, I mean, look at that backpack. You know what, though? Honestly, this doesn't feel as garbage as I thought it was going to feel. I mean, it doesn't feel good, but it doesn't feel quite as garbage as I thought. So Gilladart, I think I always called it Gilladart, but I was never sure if that was the right pronunciation. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't care if it's the right pronunciation. I'm probably just going to call him Gilladart anyway. So that's one. That's one. Is that Pablo? The magic of knockoffs. Universe Triceradon. Yeah, okay. Universe Triceradon. Yeah, that's right. So he was. But I'm going to call him Gilladart. I haven't seen garbage knockoff Transformers on a shelf since I was a child. You should go to some of the dollar stores like we got here. The next one. Are we ready for the next one? The next one is the KO of Mac Kick, which they call Horse Cheval Caballo. So horse. Horse is Mac Kick. Good old Mac Kick. Of course, we're going to open this very delicately. Not opening this delicately. Come on. This is our chance to have a bit of fun here. His tail is a separate piece. I mean, I don't know why, but okay. So his entire arm is a horse head, and unlike the actual one, I don't think the horse head's all one piece. So it's not like it's gonna open or anything. Is that? I don't think he still doesn't have an elbow, I don't think. No, Mac Kick doesn't have an elbow. I'm gonna guess that's okay, so the tail the tail goes up there. I saw a self-transforming Optimus going for like 800, but we've all seen that Optimus, the Robeson thing. Robeson, I don't respect as a company. I think that they're garbage and they associate with garbage people. I'm very done with that company. I'm not even impressed with their junk anymore. Thanks. So there's okay. So the knee bends the wrong way all the way, but not the right way. So me being me, I'm probably going to just turn these around the wrong way. So now he has a full knee, even though the bottom part of his leg is backwards. But as a KO, like, do we really care? As a KO, do we really care? Mac Kick original toy had a hair tail or mane, I remember. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously trying to be Mac Kick. Okay, so we're going to throw that aside. Let's see what number 3 is. Oh, is that canine? Can somebody tell me, is this canine? Is that what that's supposed to be? Is that supposed to be canine? I'm doing all right, Paul. Doing all right. We're opening up some KO junk. I also got Braun, by the way. So far, we've done Matt Kick and Gilladart. Can somebody tell me? Yeah, that's canine. All right, good. Good. And of course, Paul, as you can tell, we are opening these KOs very delicately. See, very delicately. I'm trying to be very careful here. Whatever. I'm gonna guess that because there's two pegs on this, I'm gonna say that they can they go into the peg holes here on the back? Yeah, they go into the peg holes there on the back. Sure, why not? I mean, you know what? Like, honestly, like the plastic could feel a little better, but K9 isn't bad. He has, considering the limits of the original mold, I mean, honestly, K9's not too bad. I think I kind of dig him. He has elbow. He can pretty much T-pose. Well, like, he can T-pose as much as these molds will allow a T-pose. You know what I'm saying? But he's not so bad, honestly. The legs, I mean, they go out like that. Again, you don't really have a thigh swivel, but you got a thigh wiggle, which was common for the time. I would suspect that these pegs on the back here will probably break off at some point. But I don't hate this guy. So far, I think he's the star, honestly. Oh, sorry. Yes, they did have a dead mode that was kind of weird. I doubt that they're going to be able to pull it off, but who knows? Opening them delicately cuts to Prime ripping off the Fallen's face. That's true. Does the back come off of the robot to form a shield? You mean for him? Maximal 10? You know what? That's a good question. I mean, I jammed the back on here, and I mean, I might break it trying to get it off now. No, you're right. You're right. There is a little handle there. You're right. Shield. Neat. I don't hate this guy. I think I like him. I mean, for $4, right? Let's see who we got. Oh, we're all gonna know this guy. You suckers went out and spent a leader class price on T-Rex. I spent $4 on T-Rex. I gotta believe this isn't gonna be good. I gotta believe that this is gonna be just a terrible adaptation of Beast Wars Megatron. Well, it opens. What about over? Oh, that flips all the way down. Does this have an elbow? No, this does not have an elbow. So he doesn't have elbows, but to be fair, the original and the real one doesn't really have much in the way of elbows either. This isn't good. This is not good. I don't think the head moves either. No, it doesn't. I mean, this is not good, but it could be worse. Let's see how the transformation goes on this. More like Total Wreck. Yes, it's so far. Listen, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 open, and 3 questionable, and 1 dude with elbows. That's a big win for me. GotBot Goes ghetto. Change pace. Okay, I got 2 left. 2 left, ladies and gents. Let's see here. I'm gonna save him for last because I don't remember who he is, and I don't remember this dude's name, but I should. Somebody's gonna say it, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, yes, that's it, because it's Giraffe. What's his name? Somebody knows what it is. Yeah. Come on, somebody knows who this is. Long Rack. Thank you. There you go. Long Rack. Yeah. I knew I'd know it when I heard it. Yeah, Long Rack. Now, I presume that this is going to be a lot like Mac Kick. And just terrible. Oh, this doesn't feel great. Oh, right at the waist. Look how wibbly wobbly that waist is. This. I guess there's an elbow. Oh, my goody gracious. I mean, gah. Oh, this is not pleasant. I mean, I'll give credit where credit is due. I mean, at least there's an arm up in there. The tail, I think, is supposed to open out more, but this one just comes out like this. It's just one piece. I don't know. Legs forward. I mean, deep knee. The waist is kind of junk. That face is horrifically. Look at that face. Isn't that terrifying? Isn't that just awful? Let's see if he will stand. I don't think he's gonna stand, guys. I don't. Oh wait. Maybe he will. Oh yeah, he will. Cool. He's not the worst, but he's definitely not the most successful. And finally, and I definitely should know this guy, and I don't remember his name either. Who's this Stego boy? Who is this? The face of a real Maximal hero. Looks like Chris Rock after the Will Smith slap. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Who's this guy? Somebody knows who this guy is. Come on, Keldeo. Throw it out there. Is it Snarl? Is that who that is? No, it's not Snarl. I don't think. Was that his name? No, it wasn't Beast Wars Snarl, was it? Was it? I don't know. I'm going to rip him open. If it's Snarl, then color me surprised. Well, look him up. You said you got the wiki thing there. Look him up. He's either Beast Wars 2 or Beast Wars Neo. He's not this color. I felt like he was like I don't know, like voodoo or some nonsense like that. Like I felt like he was like a wise old sage, like that sort of thing. So it looks like do they come out? Maybe that's supposed to be his feet. Does he stand up? I'm gonna have to look more up on this guy for sure. But he does have elbows and stuff, and out to the side. These are here. They can get out of the way. Head move? I don't think so. His head could flip back, but it doesn't really move. Dude has a waist. You know. Oh no! Oh no! I knocked one of his things off the ball joint. Let's see if I can put this back on the ball joint without wrecking it. No promises. Oh yeah, went back on the ball joint, no problem. And his tail. I don't know if there's a. Oh yeah, and the tail. Look at this. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Look at this. Oh, do the thing. Oh yeah, big old tail blaster boy. Saberback. That might be it. It's something. Yeah, it's something. It's something. It's something. And that's it. So those 6 KOs, and of course our boy Braun. Braun will be here tomorrow. I love each and every one of you. I'm getting out of here. Guys, have a tremendous weekend. I will see you tomorrow for Braun. As I said, I love y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. And of course, hit the join button, baby, at any given time and become a channel member. Please hit the subscribe button. It's all about you guys, man. That's the only way the community grows. That's the only way that you can get more content from me. The bigger I am, the more you guys get. Simple as that. And do not forget now, today, tonight, tomorrow, over the weekend, don't ever for a second forget that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way, one and all, right here inside the videos.